Hi, Patrick here from Cheetah Will View, and welcome to Dollar Tree Tuesday, Dollar Tree Theater Tuesday. All right, yeah. All right, so Dollar Tree Theater is basically where we pick two movies that we've gotten for $1.25 or under, $1.25 or under that you received, and preferably the Dollar Tree. But if you do the library or another sale, that counts as well. So that's what we do. Um, for this week, I'm actually switching the movies. I'm supposed to be reviewing Redwood Massacre Annihilation today, but I'm still making my way through it. I'm slugging my way through it. Um, so I decided to do my next week's pick today, and this is a Cheetah's Choice movie. I had put out two Will Smith movies, Men in Black 3 and the Legend of Bagger Vance for you guys to vote on, plus Cheetah's Choice. And Cheetah's Choice won with 94% of the vote. Nobody voted for Men in Black 3. Nobody. Not one person. Uh, One person voted for the Legend of Bagger Vance. So obviously nobody's in the mood for watching Will Smith movies. Uh, so, but me and the Cheetah, we talked about it, and then we got a phone call, and we were joined by our good friend Casey from Interwebkaiju, and we decided to make this movie our Cheetah's Choice. We are going to be talking about and reviewing The Dead Room. This is a 2015 New Zealand horror film directed and written by Jason Stutter. It stars Jed Brophy as Liam Andrews, Jeffrey Thomas as Scott Cameron, and Laura Peterson as Holly Matthews. Um, this is the IFC Midnight film. I have actually reviewed this film. I reviewed this on my blog. This is my first IFC Midnight film that I reviewed. It's not the first I watched. The first one I watched was The Abandoned, but this is the first movie that I reviewed, and that was like 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm reviewing it now again. Uh, I will read the back of it to let you know what's going on, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. So it says, inspired by 1970s urban legend, this this nurse shredder follows two scientists played by Jed Brophy and Jeffrey Thomas, and a young psychic played by Laura Peterson, as they travel to the countryside to investigate mysterious occurrences at a remote farmhouse. Skepticism quickly turns to terror as the researcher's presence unsettles a seriously angry demonic presence possessing the home. Uh, Upping the white knuckle suspense with visceral camera work and unsettling sound design, The Dead Room creates a sense of palpable danger lurking in every corner and hallway. Yeah, so the movie's pretty good. I mean, here's the plot. I'll tell you the plot real quick. Just try not to do any spoilers. So this team of paranormals, they are investigating this house. A family has ran out for their lives. They're saying the house is possessed. There's a spirit there or whatever, and so they're calling the insurance company saying, "Hey, we're not buying this house. Ain't no way we're paying for it. There's something spooky in there. Nope." And they ran. They did. They took. They didn't take anything. They just ran. And you can see outside in the yard, their possessions are scattered everywhere. Sheer panic. So the three investigators are hired by the insurance company to make sure there's no shenanigans going on. So they roll into the house. Holly walks through it and doesn't feel any presence at all. And Scott's the team leader, and wow, he believes in Holly, but there's a sense of not believing. He's like, okay, maybe she's right, maybe she's wrong. She's a psychic. What does that really mean? He's more of the scientific mind. He wants scientific proof and fact. Liam plays their tech guru. He's the one that monitors all the equipment the cameras, the sensor motions. You make sure the generators run. I mean, he's the tech guy. So go ahead and set up all their equipment, and nothing's going on. It's dead. The house is just tore up. So they put it in somewhat semblance together. They each get a room, and they find out that the family ran so fast that they forgot their pets, which was some birds. So Holly goes ahead and takes care of the birds, starts feeding them and taking care of them. And so after that, everything's peaceful at first, and they're saying they're going like, nothing's going on. There's no sense. Holly can't really, initially she can't really feel anything, but slowly but surely she starts feeling something. And as this happens, at night, the whole house is suddenly shaken by a violent boom. The whole house shakes. They all get up, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. They all get up, and they're all going like, "What was that? What was that?" Um, Scott, being the skeptical guy, he's saying it's the wind. Liam's like, "Well, when's the last time a wind shook a house?" Uh, you know, and Holly's just, she's trying to read the room, make sure there's, if there's any entity in there. She tries communicating with it, and so they're talking the next day about what's happening, and Scott happens to share that he's been working on this device that with ultra low sound frequencies, that he can literally destroy a ghost with it, if they can find it, if there's such a thing. Um, so they go ahead, and the next morning, the same thing happens. The violent shake wakes them all up, and the door opens up, and the chandeliers shake, and now they're starting to get a little spooked. In fact, they all Holly and Liam, they want to leave, and Scott's like, well, why are you wanting to leave? And this is what we're here for. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're looking for entities like this, and we're gonna run the first time that we actually run across one, which is a really good point in that. And I wholeheartedly agree. Um, um, so eventually, the manifestations get worse. They get worse. They start taking on physical attacks, and they're trying to figure out what's going on and how to stop it. And initially, they're going to try to run. They're going to run for it. But after they make contact, they say, well, we're going to try to film it. And then Scott even comes up with even better, saying, I want to stop it. And so they set up their equipment again, and lo and behold, that's what happens. Scott actually stops it. Um, and so they're getting ready to leave. As they are, Liam picks up a cold spot in a room, and it's really cold. He's like, you feel air coming in. So he punches a hole in it, and it leads to downstairs. There's the farmhouse has a sub basement, and what's in the sub basement? Well, I can't tell you that. You're gonna have to watch the movie for that. But needless to say, they do find what they're looking for. They find what they're looking for. Don't know if they really wanted to, but they found it. So as far as this movie goes, this is an excellent film. Um, really enjoyed it quite a bit. In fact, Casey was saying there going he told me, and I was shocked when he said it, but he says, you know what? I watched X, and I watched The Dead Room, and I got to tell you, right now, this movie really spooked me, and I like this movie a lot. I thought this was better than X. That's high praise, and I'll take it for this movie. It's a really solid movie. It moves really fast. It's only 80 minutes long, but it jams. It's still a little bit of a slow burn, a little bit, because it's ratcheting up the tension a little bit. But director and writer Jason Stutter, who's an I don't know why he hasn't done more, because he's a great writer and a great director. Um, Great story and super good casting. The cast is what makes this movie, tell you the truth. Jed Brophy and Jeffrey Thomas. He casts older actors in this movie. It gives it a really sense of reality. Like you're believing what you're seeing. If it had been just three young kids out of college or or whatnot, it just would have lost everything. But having older actors in these type of movies, it really increases the depth of the movie. Uh, Makes it more realistic. It's like, their acting's a lot better. Um, this is the same thing that I commented on, and when I was watching The Devil's Doorway, the older actors just made this movie sing and really rip along. Um, because they're taking it so they're taking it to heart. Uh, Not to say that young Laura Peterson was left out in the cold, because her Holly was very good as well, and really enjoyed watching her as Laura Peterson as Holly. I thought she did really really well as well. Um, I wish Jason Stutter would do more films. Don't know why he hasn't. Really confusing why, because even down in New Zealand, he has to be noticed. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's his choice. I don't know, but he has a real gift for it. Uh, Highly recommend this movie. It doesn't have any special features on it, unfortunately, which would have been really nice, but it doesn't have special features. Uh, you can get this on secondary markets, Amazon or eBay, or IFC.com. Highly recommend it. Like I said, this is not your average haunted house movie. It has some real steel to it, and I do believe that anybody who likes house possession movies will really enjoy The Dead Room. All right, so that's it for my Dollar Tree Theater. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys will come back. And for next week, I will have Redwood Massacre up. Good Lord. I Oh well, I'll tell you about it when I do. All right, that's it for me and the Cheetah. We will be back a little later tonight. If you're hearing this today, we'll be back on Tuesday night and with the return of singer-songwriter Steve Hartso on 8 Questions With, and of course next Sunday, come back to this channel here, my channel, as we go. We're doing our Friday the 13th series. We're doing Jason Goes to Hell. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what you hear, please hit the sub button, leave a comment. Both of them help my channel out tremendously. And hit the notification bell. That would help me and the Cheetah out a great deal. We appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you soon. Until then, peace.